Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday, March 5th, 2023, and I'm up in Pittston, Pennsylvania. And if you heard the big news in railroading this week, you'll know why I'm here. If not, I'm about to tell you. Big announcement came out from Reading and Northern that, and this has been in the rumor mill for a long time, but it's finally happening. They're going to start running weekend trains from Pittston down to Jim Thorpe. So I'm up here at the Pittston Y. I wanted to see what was going on with construction of the new station. Now keep in mind, this is actually going to be a little bit of a tricky video to film. We got the traffic, we got the road noise. I can't cross the road because there's nowhere safe to stand. That lane goes right up to the shoulder. So I am filming it from across the way. And after we take a look at Pittston, we're going to work our way down the line. We're going to go to Penobscot, which is in Mountaintop, and then White Haven to check out what, if anything, is going on there. Now, this is my first time visiting Pittston, so it's a little difficult to know what was here before and what's new. But I am going off a diagram that they built online. Now, what you can see, you can't really see the track that runs parallel with the guardrail. That's one side of the Y. Where you have that caboose, that's another side of the Y, and where you have those beautiful GP39 RNs, that's the same side of the Y. And then you have the other side of the Y, which is actually closer to me. You see it's just behind those stacks of ties there. And then there's actually another track back along the tree line. And it's my understanding that the station is going back along that track. So what I don't know, let me zoom in. This is as far as I can zoom in, guys. That's the best I can do. I don't know if that little tan and brown building is going to be the station or part of the station, or maybe that's been here, but that's pretty much where the station is going to go. And then that's actually considered the main line. That's actually outside of the Y. And as I pan the camera north along Main Street, it looks like, and this is just me tracing it out on the map, that the main line will actually run north before hooking through town and then heading south towards Penobscot and White Haven and Jim Thorpe. So from what I understand, this entire area is about to be redeveloped here. The interior of this Y will become the parking for the station, which is much needed because I had a hard time just finding somewhere to park the truck to film this video for you, so I don't know where else passengers will park, but they are going to put in parking here. And then the news articles I read said that they are going to pretty the area up with some greenery and, you know, give it some curb appeal. And I know the residents here are pretty excited about having the trains come up here. And if you haven't been following things as avidly as I have, the inaugural train running on May 27th, 2023 from here to Jim Thorpe, it's sold out like a rock concert. The initial batch of tickets, from what I could tell, sold within 15 to 16 minutes. They added more coaches. They sold out pretty much almost right away. And then they added even more, and they were sold out by the end of the day. So, unfortunately, if you have not gotten your tickets, you have missed your chance to be on the first train out of this new station. And if you have gotten your tickets, guess what, guys? You'll be able to ride with me because I got mine. And so we will be back up here in Pittston on May 27th to take the first train ride behind the Reading and Northern F units down to Jim Thorpe. And that's all we need to look at here today. Let's go down to Penobscot to check out the next station on this new route. Alright guys, hopefully you got a good look as I drove in alongside the yard in Penobscot in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. And even though I'm giving you a different view here, you should recognize this as the station where they started the Rotary Club charter. I forget what month that was last summer, but they ran 425, and Nick and I did the chase from Penobscot to Jim Thorpe and back. And this is going to be the second stop on the new route from Pittston to Jim Thorpe. I know when they did the 425 excursion, they were actually busing people in from parking at another location. I'm not sure if they're going to build this out to include parking or open this up. I mean, right now, I'm staying outside all these facilities, guys, because right now these are private, no trespassing, so I am doing my filming from the road. But you see the office here at Penobscot. I don't know. I'm guessing that's just going to double as the station. That's a pretty nice building. I'm just not sure if they're going to have parking on the premises or if it's going to be a shuttle in, but we will find out. And while we're here, this is about as far as I am allowed to go without getting myself in trouble. Just taking a look into the yard at Penobscot here. They've still got quite a few of these Norfolk Southern diesels that they purchased, I believe, about 2 years ago. That have yet to be fixed up, painted, put into service, but it's good to know they got some reserves. I can't really see to read the numbers. That's probably 5022 back there, or maybe 5033. Sadly, both are going to be scrapped from what I've heard. So that may be our last look at that one. There's another one further down the line, but it's kind of obscured by the trees. But I've been told that those two engines are going away. I don't know about that switcher, whether that's staying or getting scrapped. But that's about the best look I can give you at the yard here. But there's really not much to see. Like I said, I don't believe any construction is actually taking place because they already do have a pretty nice building here. And so this will be the second stop, and we're going to head down to White Haven next. That's going to be the final stop before Jim Thorpe on the new route. And because I happen to have timed this pretty well, guys, I think we're going to be able to catch the fast freight as it comes through, and that'll be my first time catching it north of Jim Thorpe. So let's get back in the truck and go for a ride. Alright guys, so I'm at our final stop in White Haven, Pennsylvania. This will be the third station where Reading and Northern stops to pick up passengers on the new Pittston to Jim Thorpe route. And that train, when it's heading southbound from Pittston, will be entering from the direction you're looking at here. And it'll be going down those tracks. Well, it'll stop. And if you can see that bridge out in the distance with the cars going by, that is Route 80. And after they leave the station, they will continue south until they reach Jim Thorpe. They will traverse the entire 25 miles of Lehigh Gorge. When you ride the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway, you only see about 8 of those miles. So doing this ride is actually a really good way to see the entire gorge. The other way to do it is to do the bike train. And the spot I'm standing at is usually where they let riders off for the bike train. When I did it in 2015, this is where we got off. They unloaded in this open area between the buildings here. But what was different, and this is the only change I'm really seeing in my visit here today, the D&L Trail goes down this road here. You can see where that truck is coming up. That's where the D&L Trail would go. And now you'll see that the D&L Trail, a new portion of it, is paved and heading directly up here. When I drove in from below, I could see that the old portion of the trail is still there. And this is why, if you recall my bike train video from last fall, late last summer, I want to say September, I forget the exact date. That's why they dropped everybody off in Tannery. We actually did not make it as far north as White Haven, and that's because of the trail construction in this area. So I'm kind of doing double duty here, scouting the station, scouting the trail. Now what I'm not seeing is a new station. And there's not a lot of space, so I don't know if they're just going to build a platform. This looks like some new rock here leading up to the track, which almost leads me to believe maybe this is just going to be a platform, not a building. I honestly don't know. Just take a quick little peek down the trail here, guys. Got a little bit of time before the fast freight, not much. This building that you see through the trees here, this is Pocono Biking's location in White Haven. And the trail does go up to that building. That building was there back when I rode. And I'm guessing all this new part does here is just go down to intersect the old part of the trail. And I believe there's a new parking lot down there. Somebody had told me there was, and I could swear I saw pictures online, but I'm not sure how you'd drive back to it. Interestingly, the addition of this trail, I thought I knew exactly how I was going to film the fast freight that should be coming through. Figuring I would just set up down there like I always do. But walking down here, I think this is actually going to be a better shot. We'll be able to see it around the curve coming under Route 80. And then we'll have a longer view of it going in that direction. So, alright, enough about the station, guys. As I look at this pile here, I do think that this may just be leading up to what will be a platform. That red shale. We'll see what happens. They've got 2.5, almost 3 months till the first trip, so a lot can happen. I'm just scouting this today because I happen to be coming back through the area on the way home from a model train show up in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. Yeah, so looking down the trail here, it looks like it kind of connects in a couple of places. It does look like there's a parking lot down there. And you can see the sign here for Lehigh Gorge State Park. This is the northern end of Lehigh Gorge State Park. You're used to me showing you the other end. This is the northern end in White Haven. And there's a better look at the Pocono Biking buildings. Alright, let's get set up and wait for the fast freight.